Good morning, friends. I hope your Saturday has started well, and I hope you had a great Christmas. This is a video which is very, very important in terms of a price action video because since so many people are doing options and they often get trapped into premium eating type of days. So I think a video was required to further carve out where options buying, and we are only talking about buying, is much more profitable than an option seller. So what we look for is the market to show you a certain behavior, and the way we look at that behavior. All market behaviors can be looked at in several ways, but because option buying needs fast and brisk movement, so I will show you how I like to deal with options, given that there are calls and puts which are written at several levels. So before we do that, because I keep forgetting and you people don't watch the entire video, so I think let's get the advertising out of the way first. Please subscribe, like, and share this video. It's so important for us to reach more and more people and to increase engagement with our YouTube audience. You have done well over the last month. Please do it even more. And I would like to see at least 1,000 likes for this video. Plus, we have the join button services, copper, silver, gold, diamond. So far, those services have done very well, and great amounts of encouragement, support, and love you people have given us. And these are, tough services to run. It's one thing to give, some random market view, but very money making advice is a more difficult proposition. And also, we have our recorded webinar, which we are also giving out as a giveaway. So from Monday onwards, we are having this contest where by 11:30 you should guess the closing level of Nifty, and every day for next 10 trading sessions, we will announce one winner who will get the recorded webinar as a prize. Holiday giveaway, it's a festive time. So in case you want to buy it, it's also for sale. You can WhatsApp 98710 66337, or you can email Ashwani_Gujral at yahoo.com. That is ASHWANI underscore GUJRAL at yahoo.com. Okay, so now let's start with the whiteboard, and let me try to explain what I mean by the sort of price action that I am going to talk about. So let's go to the whiteboard here. Now on the whiteboard, say there is a price which is moving up. This could be a 5-minute chart, and it makes a high and comes off. Again, it goes, makes a high, could be intraday, could be multiple days, and comes off. What is clear? That this is some sort of resistance zone which has been created. Now, it depends on your time frame. You are on 5-minute, 15-minute, 60-minute, whatever time frame you are on. I would think for best results, the 15-minute time frame is the best. Now, what is important? What is important is waiting for this to form or waiting for this sort of action to form on the downside. And it needs patience, and you wait and you wait and you wait, and if it happens, it'll be clear. If it doesn't happen, that will be clear. Now, my theory on this is that once people see this, they start to get notions of a double top, and here they start to get notions of a double bottom. So as usual, you get put writers here, you get call writers here, and I am interested in trapping these guys because when they cover their calls or their puts, the prices rocket up. Okay. So for me, this becomes a nice line in the sand. And if we go back and do some sort of build up here and then break out, that is what I am looking for. So I am not looking for a straightaway breakdown, but if there is some consolidation and then we break down, that is where your option price tends to move up sharply. I hope this is clear. We will add more things to this to increase our bias. Okay. Generally speaking, in the direction of the trend, and this is very important, so listen carefully. In the direction of the trend, I do in the money, I do more volume, and I ride harder because the trend is in my direction. Why I am saying this? Because sometimes some people will try to use this against the trend. So if you are doing that, do out of money, do less volume, and obviously against the trend, you will get lower price movement. So that should be clear. That is a money management hack which will increase your profits substantially. So now let's go and have a look at how this thing works. You can use options, you can use futures. That is not the issue. The issue is that are we able to identify these setups on all instruments and take trades from there, because the best trades, like it or not, do not happen in range bound markets. They happen in markets which are breaking out, but lots of breakouts, they fail, and hence we need to see which ones we are going to trust and take. So let's go back to our charts and see if we can find some of these setups and how they played out. Okay, so now this is the Nifty. Let me put the 15-minute chart of the Nifty. Now here, if we are talking about Thursday, if I had to take 2 points where the price found resistance, I would probably look at this point 13,740 and this point here, although we closed at 13,749, but as far as I am concerned, this kind of played out like a resistance. So what I want on Monday is that we open above this zone and we start to move up. Why? Because chances are 13,800 call writers are waiting. So what you want is in the initial going, you get past this 13,800 so that your call sellers start to cover their calls. Let's go back and see where else could we have gotten our setup. Wednesday, I don't think there are any key resistance points. It was a flat to up type of session. Then we had Tuesday. Now Tuesday, it is very clear you had resistance right up front at the start. Some sort of resistance point was here as well. So you could have taken this as a resistance zone. And as you can see here, there was a build up before the market went up further. Okay. Now let's go back a bit more. Now here we have one low, we have another low on the day of that big fall. Okay. And if you go back a bit, you have a third low here. You have these three lows broadly which you can mark out. Okay. So I am not interested in buying at these points because as you can see, you don't get too much. But if these lows are broken, that is where you get your large decline. Okay. Now let's go back further and see what happens. Here you have one high, you have two high, you have three high, you have a fourth high. So it does not take rocket science to know that this is our resistance zone. We opened above this resistance zone and we started to rally and rally and rally. So this uses the very basic market tenet that a range bound sideways market will often expand. Now, how do we get a bias? This is your 200. Above this, you are in an uptrend. This is your 20. Above this, you are in an uptrend. So what you are waiting for is you are waiting for the price to move above and below the 20 so that you get your support and resistance points and then you buy in the direction of the 20. This is your setup basically. Okay. Let's do more examples. and this video may become long because if you have to do more examples, then obviously you will have to watch for longer. Again, as you can see here, although this is only one single day, but you got your 2 points, and the next day you started to trend. Okay? There was no clear resistance point on this day, but here you again got 2 points. See, what happens is you buy or call here. So you get upside on this day, plus you get upside on this day at the open. So this works out to be a very good trade, and if you held on, you got further upside here. So money management, how you would like to do is that you keep improving your stop loss in terms of, say you bought at this point, this is your stop, then this is your stop, then this is your stop, then this is your stop. This is how you would do money management. Okay. Now let's look at some examples from the bank Nifty. Here you have this resistance zone, and the price started to hold the 20. So immediately above this resistance zone, the price started to move up, and it moved up even yesterday. See, again, while I keep saying you have to be above 200 to buy, but there are certain points where you are playing reversal trades also. So what you can do is probably play these with a smaller volume to start with and add as they work out, because you are playing for reversal. Trend play and a reversal play are two different things. Now let's go back further and see. The issue with Bank Nifty is that it's very volatile. So what happens is, if you wait and you wait, you will get these points. They are very clear, and you get a sideways type of 20, which is going on both sides. The price is going on both sides. So again, once this broke down, you got a large move. So that is where your option will work. Your option will not work in this zone. Okay. So that is where option buying needs to be avoided. The market alternates. To say that option buyer cannot make money is stupidity. There are times for the option seller. There are times for the option buyer. Again, see, you have clear support and clear resistance points. Okay. So it is a personal choice whether you want to buy support, sell resistance, buy support, sell resistance, or you simply wait for the market to break down. The big trade will come when resistance is broken. Okay. Now you have this point, you have this point here. You draw a line of resistance and the market starts to expand. So if you hold your option for like 3 odd days, by this point you would have made money. Again, your stops, they start from here, and then you can improve them and improve them further and write this out. Okay. But the longer you wait, the better the support resistances you have, the better trades you will get. If you are just looking for 2 points on an intraday basis, you will not get trades which are as good as if you are getting your support resistance on multiple kind of days. Okay, so that has to be remembered, that the longer the consolidation, the better your trade would be. Again, it is possible to see this is a resistance point and the market again expands. Okay. Here, on a very short term type basis, this was your support. So the moment these 2 points were taken out, you got a bit of downside. Not too much, but some downside. So this is more of an art than a science, that you wait and you wait and you wait till the market indicates to you that it is now ready to act in your direction. I would think even this is a resistance zone. Why? Because you had one bar touching it, then you had a second bar touching it, and then you went sideways. See, these are all not retrospective things that I am showing. While they are historically, they have happened, but you could have seen them even while they were happening. Okay, so this was your resistance zone here, and once we start to get past this resistance, the market really flew off. So I think waiting for these support or resistance points to develop is a good trading strategy, and they will develop on a daily basis. It's not like you have to wait too long. Like here, once your eye is trained, you have this resistance zone, and the next day market gaps up and keeps going and keeps going. Okay. Again, you want to identify 2 points. These are your 2 points. Okay. So once you can, find your 2 points, they can behave like a trailing stop for you. and that works very well for a trade on the option side, because options need fast movement, and what you need to see is how can we develop support and resistance points where the movement becomes fast. See, on a very short term basis, this is a resistance, this was support here, but is a resistance here, and once it crosses, you get your large move. Very important that you watch carefully what is happening, and most of the time I think this will work out. Now let's do an individual stock and see if we can find similar points on something like a TCS. TCS is a stock which is very, very strong, is in a strong uptrend. Now you can see here, these are points in TCS. If you are watching this stock daily, you should know this is resistance on TCS. And beyond this point, it will start to expand. I think this was a trade we had given also. So that way, even on individual stocks, it's possible to identify places where some kind of resistance develops, and like here you had a point of resistance and the market started to expand. Now this knowledge was there before this day happened. Every day you will not get something in one stock, but if you have a list of say about 10 odd stocks, then I would think it is possible to get something in terms of the breakout trades that you have. Again, these are 2 points. You draw your resistance here and you have a big update on TCS. Again, price action on the day is important. Went down, immediately reversed, started to make highs of the day. Maybe CNXIT was positive, etc. So if you keep these things in mind, 200 very close to this range. So everything plays in together. Okay. So that is something you have to look for when you are doing individual stocks also. Okay. So again, you got your points here, and if you come prepared for the day, PCS collapses and goes down for a nice intraday move. So I hope you people have gained something, and that should be it. I don't want to extend this video too much, but if you paper trade and you practice, I think over time this sort of strategy will be extremely beneficial. On Friday, I think lots of people said, Bank Nifty is come off, etc. Let's look at Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty, according to me, has given you 1 point of resistance on Thursday, which is here. And once this resistance point is crossed, I think Bank Nifty will move up. And if you just try to extend it, probably 30,700 is your next target, and above that 30,900 is also a target on Bank Nifty. But the point here remains that these points develop as support and resistance, and once the market crosses, you get your large move. So that should be it for this video. Take care, trade well, and have a good weekend.